Alrighty. Okay, guys. Sorry, I was making a coffee. I was talking to my son. I got a steak cooking. Steak, mate. We're having steak today. I've already had a pork chop. You know me, I'm on carnivore diets. Come on. A couple of you are I'm still getting quite a few messages. Everyone going, oh, you know, are you okay, Louis? Guys, I'm fine. Remember, I'm very thick-skinned. This is nothing. This tiny little episode with this troll, this fake Elvis fan, is nothing for me. I deal with this kind of stuff. I dealt with this kind of stuff through my whole life. I ran pubs, nightclubs. There's always been jealousy aimed at me. Even when I was a DJ for 26 years, I always had a lot of jealousy, a lot of hate. I had it at school. Remember, the school I grew up with was very racist. Very racist. Yeah. I'm now thinking now that there's a lot of racism here. What's going on with the guy that I've reported to the police as well. So the police take over now. I've done my bit. I've got my crime number. We've reported it to the American authorities. I've got proof because the email was sent directly from that person's IP address. It's a done deal, guys. Finally, the bullying that has lasted a year may come to an end. If it doesn't, they're going to get arrested. The police have said to me, every time something happens, ring them. Every time. Yeah? So if they got any sense, they'll just disappear. Some people just can't be disagreed with. They can't take it. They're too stuck in their stubborn, childish ways, throwing their toys out of their pram to understand that maybe they were wrong. Maybe they were wrong. So what was I thinking? We are now on part 2 of this. I love this. It's called Law Crime Sidebar. So a very good YouTube channel. I highly recommend this YouTube channel. Law and Crime Network. Quite a few of you have sent it to me. We're going to do it in 10-minute slots. Very, very interesting. We've gone through the first divorce settlement, then we're going over to the second divorce settlement. This is all as part of Brigitte Kruse's evidence within her 152-page complaint, they call it. There's obviously exhibits as well that keep being referred to prove what they're saying. Brigitte Kruse has told me she can prove everything. So my brother popped in, so I had to disappear. So guys, don't worry about me. I have been warning you about these bullies for a year. Yeah, even the people that have joined in with this person, they are bullies as well. We've got 4 bullies. They're all getting exposed. One of them will be arrested in the cells for at least 1 day. Yeah, good. It's what that person deserves. A disgusting, vile, black-hearted person, which I always knew he was. I love the fact that he has exposed himself. We all know who it is. I don't even have to say his name because that person has been attacking me and insulting me and making videos about me and created an Instagram channel to attack me and said the most disgusting thing about me and my kids. It's game over. You have hung yourself, mate. That's your life. You now will always be seen as that disgusting, vile person. You can sit on your YouTube channel and go, oh, hi guys, you know, thanks for your support. Thanks for everyone kissing my ass. But we know you. We know the true you because I've got the email that exposes you. Oh, I drink to that. What a fool. As I sit here with my YouTube channel that has no strikes, 0 strikes, I'll enjoy defending Elvis, which is what he needs. Elvis does need defending. Everyone knows it. To the people that say he doesn't need defending, that have now become defending out channels. Isn't it funny, guys? The people that say Elvis does not need defending now defend Elvis. They have become defending Elvis channels. The people that tell me off for reviewing channels, like this is a channel review. We're reviewing Law. What's it called again? We're reviewing the Law channel. Yeah, these other people now. That's what they do. They copy Louis. I lead, they follow. I defend, they copy me. I review channels, they review channels. So laughable. So predictable. All of you are so predictable. You literally make me laugh, and you expose yourself with your disgusting black-hearted ways. Okay, guys, that was my little speech for the haters. Okay, go.
Because, wow.
Just so you know, this is part 2. We've already done part 1. It's on the live section. We also did 2 videos this morning. One concerning Bob Joyce and Chat with Kat. I thought it was quite amusing. The other one was Miss Sims or Miss Sam. I always get it wrong. Miss Sam's on a celestial channel talking about the same topic. The Bridget Kruse versus Priscilla and Lisa Marie, Riley Keough, all that. Brilliant. Part 1 of Mrs. Sam's video. We're going to come back and do some more parts of that. At the moment, I am a bit addicted to Miss Sam's. I'm amazed just how good she is at what she says. I can't believe it. Cannot believe how spot on she is. She really does do a lot of research. She has loads of common sense. Every word she speaks, I'm hanging on every word she says. Amazing, amazing channel. Absolutely love that channel.
Okay. An additional $720,000, that's equal to about $5,238,616.22 presently, and this is broken down into installments of $6,000 per month. Elvis was also forced to pay Priscilla 50% of the proceeds of the sale of his residence at 144 Montevale Drive in Los Angeles, California, and up to 1 year of spousal support in the amount of $4,200 per month.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. The amount of money that Priscilla was trying to get out of Elvis. This is after 1973, yeah? Look, it's a modified settlement. It says here October the 4th. Now, she always says, oh, me and Elvis got on so well. We were better apart. You know, she can say whatever she wants when he's dead. When Elvis is dead, she can say whatever she wants. Oh, me and Elvis is the love of my life. I still love him, even though it's bullshit. It's bullshit, isn't it? She spent her life shagging men, being obsessed with fame and money. Now, everything I say on this program is for entertainment purposes, just an opinion, just a discussion YouTube channel. But that's the truth of it. She completely rips him off on the second divorce settlement. This second divorce settlement was cruel. It was cruel, almost evil. Yeah? Could you imagine what Vernon and Elvis were going through when it felt like they were under attack by Priscilla, who was literally trying to get Graceland and all the money and a percentage of the royalties as well. It was unbelievable. And everything we're reading about here, the monthly installments, the spousal payments. Honestly, guys, for someone who really was only with Elvis for a few years, who was unfaithful to him, only had one of his children, this is shocking. Shocking.
To about $30,558.59 per month presently. And then again in bolded letters, Priscilla's thirst for power and money was insatiable. So that's a pretty big 180 there, right? Now, the complaint claims that Priscilla didn't stop. The court paperwork continues, quote, despite enriching herself and extorting millions of dollars.
This is how greedy she was. I mean, some say it was Robert Kardashian that put her up to it. We don't know, do we?
From Elvis, she then placed a lien on Graceland on or around April 29th, 1977, in the amount of $494,024.49. More.
Unbelievable. Unbelievably greedy. Remember, she'd already had a lot of money and property and cars and motorbike.
Than $2.2 million, adding pressure to Elvis less than 4 months before he died on August 16, 1977, from a heart attack and drug complications.
See? 4 months before he died. 4 months! And she tries to make out they were close and they were getting on. Elvis still loved her. They were thinking of getting back together. It's all bullshit. The whole world has been lied to. This fake fairy tale. I just want to put some heat up my coffee. My coffee's non cold. But do you understand what I'm saying, guys? This is an absolute joke, and the world has been tricked and conned into believing it. Unbelievable. It's like, what is happening? Literally, what is happening? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That is why I always call it a fake fairy tale. Unbelievable. Finally, everything I've been saying for the last 18 months is coming out. Finally. Finally. Finally, guys. Beep, beep. Right. Sorry, guys. So the wife's at work at the, obviously she's doing her teacher training, and my wife's mother is coming today to have the kids. So I'm pretty free today. So I want to do a few live streams. All of the police stuff where that person's getting arrested has been dealt with. So I don't even have to think about that. So it, you know, every single thing that we have been discussing since we started defending Elvis, yeah? Remember, many people have attacked us. Many people have said, oh, you shouldn't be defending Elvis, you know, why are you being so mean to Priscilla? Why are you talking to Priscilla in that way, about her in that way? Oh, you're just a Priscilla hate channel. None of the things you're saying are true. No, it's all coming true. I agree at the moment it's allegations. It's all coming true. The bullshit in this book is being exposed. The wrongdoing, the financial wrongdoing from Priscilla to Lisa, her own daughter. Remember, Priscilla wasn't there to make money for herself. She was there to make money for Lisa. This was Lisa's inheritance. She was co-trustee on behalf of Lisa. It's now, we're all now finding out that Priscilla was grabbing a lot of money, grab, wherever she could, constantly making deals. You know, she was doing deals on behalf of Lisa, but then she's like, what's in it for me? What's in it for me? When they did the Elvis Presley Enterprises deal, the 85%, when it was sold off, what's in it for me? How much do I get? And now they're saying it could have been as much as $13 million in her pocket. She has sold off Elvis Presley Enterprises with an 85% percentage. And Graceland was rented to Elvis Presley Enterprises. It's unbelievable. I know Lisa went along with it, but Lisa was, I think, was encouraged to do it, was hoodwinked, even tricked and conned into going along with it. I don't really think Lisa truly understood what the consequences were of selling off 85% of Elvis Presley Enterprises. I don't even think Lisa even knew that her mother, Priscilla, was getting these massive cash payments secretly, allegedly. Everything I say is alleged. Just a discussion on a YouTube channel. Nothing I say is fact.
Here's the key quote. Priscilla exerted undue pressure on Elvis, pushing him to his death.
Woo! Guys, that's what Brigitte Kruse is saying. Yeah. But remember what was going on in 1977. The amount of different things that were happening. Obviously, we know about the pressure of the book, Elvis, what happened. You know, Priscilla goes, oh, when was the last time you spoke to Elvis? Oh, I spoke to him a few days before he died. Yeah, demanding money. They were still arguing over money, and Lisa, allegedly.
Wow. And this is how it may lead back to the claims of Kruse and Fialco, because I want to bring it back to the plaintiffs. It is related seemingly to Priscilla's name and likeness in trying to grow her brand, because according to them, it turns out that she isn't even supposed to be using the name Presley at all. According to the amended complaint, quote, since Priscilla divorced Elvis, she was entitled to nothing, as she was not mentioned in will, and in fact, pursuant to her divorce agreement, she was supposed to stop using the surname Presley.
So again, we've discussed this loads of times. Elvis did not want Priscilla in the will. He felt she'd had enough. Do you get what I'm saying, guys?
After Elvis died in 1977, however, Priscilla continued to use the Presley name as she needed to exploit the name for her own financial gain, despite Elvis's wishes otherwise.
We're still trying to work out the date she started using the Presley name again. I think I was discussing this with Nicola. She's worked out it was around 1980, but it could have been before.
So as far as the business side of things goes, Kruse and Fialco are suing under more than a dozen causes of action, including, for example, fraud in the inducement. So it basically means that Presley told Kruse and Fialco that she owned the rights to use her name and image, but actually she had already sold those rights to someone else, didn't say so.
I do think, that on this one point, Bridget should have known. It's all out there. The information is all out there. Bridget should have known that Priscilla had sold her name Presley. Yeah. Even though actually she didn't officially sell it because it was just a bit of a backhander from the billionaire Bob Silliman. Or Bridget did know and they had other plans on getting that name back, on disproving the deal that Bob Silliman did, the 85% sell-off of Elvis Presley Enterprises, if they had their eye on a bigger picture, and getting the name back, which is, who knows, guys? We're all just guessing.
Representations or alleged misrepresentations were made to get them to invest money, help her financially because they believed her. They spent a lot of money helping her grow her brand. That's the allegation. And
100% they spent a fortune at trying to help Priscilla. Priscilla was in trouble. She was in trouble. Bridget saw Priscilla as a good friend that she could help. Bridget was trying to help the family as well, trying to resolve all these secret issues that the public didn't know about. Bridget and Priscilla, these family problems going on behind the scenes, she was trying to resolve all these problems.
And if they had known the truth, the argument would be they wouldn't have done that. Now they're saying that Presley's fraud cost them over $50 million and they want to be compensated, including...
Yeah, so a massive figure. I think I must guess that the $50 million figure is what they feel they would have made. If the deal, if Priscilla had honored the contracts. Yeah. Remember, Priscilla just changed her mind, in my opinion.
Including extra punishment money because they think she did it on purpose. There's also a count of conversion where Presley allegedly had access to a company bank account but took money out without permission, closed the account, messed up the company's operations. Even though she was a member, she wasn't allowed to do that under the rules, and the company wants that money back, damages for what they lost. There's also a breach of disclosure agreement. The claim there is that Presley allegedly agreed to immediately tell the plaintiffs in writing about any offers she received about her name, image, and likeness and get the okay before signing contracts. Presley allegedly didn't disclose certain deals like NBC's Christmas of Graceland and sign contracts without approval. Okay, so to
Pretty bad, guys, pretty bad.
talk about this, I have a special guest. I'm joined right now.
So this is the bit that shocked me. I didn't realize when I was watching this was sent to me by a few of you. Thank you. I didn't know that Bridget's lawyer was going to come on. I haven't watched this. I've watched a couple of little bits. I'm like, wow, right. This is the horse's mouth. This is the horse's mouth. Let's hear what he has to say.
Now by entertainment attorney Jordan Matthews, who is representing the plaintiffs that are suing Priscilla Presley in this lawsuit. Jordan, thank you so much.
I didn't even know that a lawyer is allowed to go on a TV or a YouTube channel and discuss the lawsuit. I didn't even know this was allowed.
Thanks for taking the time to come here on Sidebar. Really appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you very much for having me, Jesse.
Why have they decided to file this lawsuit now?
So just to be clear, with respect to our role, we were recently engaged as California counsel, and we recently substituted into this case. And as you can imagine, there was an extensive amount of documentation that had to be reviewed.
So I think the reason this guy is now representing Brigitte Kruse is because there was a jurisdiction change, wasn't there? There was some kind of fight to do with jurisdiction, where to fight it. And because Bridget didn't get her way, they have to move to a different area, and then this is where this guy comes along, Jordan. Yeah.
Specifically in early August, after we were engaged, we came across some documentation that indicated that there was a statute of limitations that we had to be mindful of, and we probably would have been fine, but we wanted to make sure that we got something on file. So we got something on file, but we also realized that there was a more robust complaint that really needed to be on record, which is why we amended the complaint recently to make sure that we had a very robust record on file.
So I think everyone knows the amended complaint has gone out. Everyone's got it, haven't they? Rhonda's been reading it. I think other YouTube channels have read it. Obviously, this guy's got it. We've got it here. It's very long-winded. I have posted the exhibits, the 40-page exhibits, the evidence stuff, on our Defending Elvis Facebook page. Please go there, follow that page, click on the chat, join the chat, and you'll see the 40-page exhibits. Okay, guys? Defending Elvis Presley Facebook page. Please join it.
With court.
And just to be clear about that, you're saying there were a lot of allegations in that first complaint.
Do you know what I just realized, guys? He's got an Elvis haircut. This guy's an Elvis fan. What do you reckon? Check out the hair. Come on. How many of you guys think this guy is an Elvis fan? Got to be with hair like that. I'm not on about Jordan. I'm on about Jesse Weber. Does anyone think he's an Elvis fan? He's even got the sideburns. Jesse Weber. Are you an Elvis fan?
What you're saying is you looked at potential proof to back up those claims, and one of the reasons you filed this amended complaint was to show that?
Yes, absolutely. Correct.
So what are some of the ways, because I was going to ask you, I mean, what is this, two parts of this. What is the changes in this amended complaint?
Yeah, we want to know that.
What is this additional documentation that you have? And how did you get a hold of it? I mean, that...
See, this is good. This makes my life easy because I can't be bothered to read 150 pages. So let's let Jordan tell us.
Waiver, right? That waiver that appears to be from, what, the 70s? How'd you get a hold of this documentation? How is the new complaint? Why is it amended? What has changed about it? And what should we be thinking about it?
So guys, 10 more minutes and I'm going to have to go and come back and do part 3, okay? But let's just keep going.
So really there are 3 parts to that question, obviously. One of the most crucial things that we wanted to make sure that we addressed was we wanted to have exhibits. And you don't always have a lot of exhibits in a complaint, right? In this case, we have 40 exhibits. And the reason why is we wanted to make it clear that if we're going to make the types of allegations that we're going to make, that this is really supported very thoroughly by extensive documentation. Now, what's different about this complaint is we went into allegations about the history with Priscilla and Elvis and that whole sort of backstory with the divorce and the lien that was placed on Graceland. The reason why that is significant is what we were trying to show in this amended complaint is a pattern. Right, there's a pattern that we observed with the documentation from that interaction between Priscilla and Elvis. We also observed and actually presented a very specific incident in 2005 where we allege that Priscilla had sold the rights to her last name for an excess of $13 million.
See, this is funny because I've always been told it was $6.5 million, but now it's suddenly become $13 million.
It was a conflict with her role as trustee of Lisa's estate. And so the additional allegations were to back up the credibility of our overall allegations. Now, with respect to the documents and what we have obtained and what we've presented, our clients are very diligent and very thorough. I can't go in totality into how I have access to all of these documents. And we anticipate that there's going to be a lot more documents that are going to be disclosed and presented in this litigation. But the reason...
Right, that's interesting. So there's a load more documents coming because Bridget did say to me, she can prove everything she said. Everything. She's been talking to me quite a lot. She doesn't talk about the lawsuit, but she can sort of, what's the word? Skate around it. So she can if I say to her, look, you know, can you prove what you're saying, she can say, yes, I can. Yeah, which she has.
The reason why it's really crucial is we want to make it clear that if we're making the allegations that we're making, they are backed by evidence that has been vetted very thoroughly.
So she has actual proper documented evidence, proper documents. Yeah.
Now, someone could look at this and say, I think the most relevant part of this lawsuit is the relationship between the plaintiffs, your clients, and Priscilla Presley, what their arrangement was, what they were supposed to do, that she had potentially or allegedly sold the rights to her name, image, and likeness, that
which she had, but it was a funny one, guys. The name, image, and likeness, because yeah, Bob Silliman, the billionaire, in 2005, he does this massive deal. Yeah, there's other people involved. It's not straightforward. Yeah, it's a very complicated deal. Okay, but Priscilla had divorced. She didn't have a name to sell. Yeah, she could use the name, but it didn't belong to her. I feel, this is just my opinion, to make the deal happen, he needed Priscilla to make the selling of 85% of Elvis Presley Enterprises and renting Gracelands to Elvis Presley Enterprises. It was a 90-year lease, yeah? He needed Priscilla on board. So Priscilla has a plan. I'll help you. You're going to give me a big chunk of money. We were told 6.5 million, but now it turns out that it's 13 million. A backhander. Remember, she's there on behalf of Lisa Marie. She's there to make money for Lisa, not for herself, because Lisa is the one who inherited everything. Elvis wanted everything for Lisa. So you've got someone hell-bent on making money for herself, even at the expense of selling 85% of Elvis Presley Enterprises. It's complete madness. Why was 85% sold? At best, it should have been 51% in favor of Lisa. This is one of the most shocking deals in history. Now, I don't think Lisa understood what was really happening. I don't think Lisa understood the consequences of this deal. The truth is, guys, you know, you got Joel Weishanker and the rest of the management teams and different companies and setups, yeah? Joel Weishanker, all the rest of it, it's complicated, yeah? They are in charge. 85%, they are in charge. I know that Riley still owns the building. I know that. Lisa was never going to sell Graceland, the building, but it's rented. It's leased to EPE. EPE have controlling interest of the Graceland Museum, the living museum. Unbelievable. Unbelievable that a deal like that was done at 85%. Crazy. Yes, they retain 15%, but it's no good. It should never have been less than 51%. 51% should still be with Riley. Priscilla helped that deal go through. I think Priscilla talked Lisa into it, encouraged her to do it, advised her to do it. I think this is the serious wrongdoing of Priscilla, and she gets a massive amount of money for doing it. $13 million and many other bonuses, many other perks. Everything I say is just an opinion for entertainment purposes, not a fact. We're just a YouTube channel where we discuss opinions. We share opinions. But that is how I feel.
You know, she fraudulently engaged in this relationship with them. She didn't give them the full story. She was doing deals on the side. That all makes sense.
So there we go. Look, we got the tabloids made it sound like they had to sell to get Lisa out of debt. Well, I've heard that's not true. Ebru. I've read it all. I've read all the stories about Lisa being in debt. I've read it all. But it wasn't that simple. It was not that simple. Lisa, I think, was hoodwinked.
For the claims and the causes of action. Isn't it possible a judge could say everything regarding Lisa Marie's death, everything regarding Elvis's death, everything regarding that whole backstory, that's irrelevant? That might be too prejudicial for a jury to hear?
Well, we don't think so.
Okay, guys, I'm going to listen to this point and then I have to stop and I have to do a run and walk the dog and then I'm going to come back and do part 3. Okay, a couple more minutes. Thank you for joining me. This is part 2. This is fascinating, absolutely fascinating.
So here's actually why it's significant. our clients they formed several companies, right? And these companies were set up specifically to really salvage and grow and exploit for purposes of creating revenue, Priscilla's brand. But in connection with that, Priscilla, according to what we allege and what we've evaluated, demanded that our clients really handle every day-to-day aspect of her life, which included actually writing statements for her to go to the press, and that had to deal with managing her overall brand. That also went into resolving a lot of litigation that was going on, which specifically led into the litigation that involved Priscilla and Riley and the other family members. So what's crucial is one of the counts, one of the claims, is a claim for common count, and it's the value of the services, right? So I can't actually go into explaining the amount of time, the thousands of hours of time, and the value of that time when I can't explain the actual events. If she's involved, if our client is involved in actually writing statements on the day of for Priscilla in connection with that passing, if they are actually involved with negotiating and maneuvering and finessing all of the relationships to resolve all of that litigation, I have to explain that to explain the value of those overall services.
Okay. Thank you. So, we've still got at least one more part. I'm going to try and do the last part in one go. Okay, there's 15 minutes, but obviously when we're going to discuss it, so I think we'll probably be able to do it in about 35 minutes. So this will be the last part. When I'm going to walk the dogs. I'm going to go for a run. I do a bit of shopping because I got to cook chili con carne and spaghetti for my wife because her mother's visiting the kids. I always cook them chili and spaghetti. Yeah. I got to go shopping as well because my wife's at work. So that's what I'm doing for the next hour or so. Then I'm going to come back and do part 3 of this as well. Okay, guys, we may even squeeze in a dog walk. Who knows? So, thank you for the support you guys have given me about this idiot YouTube channel that is disgusting and vile. He's going to get arrested soon. Don't worry, guys. All the complaints are in. I've got the crime number. His days are numbered. That's being dealt with. Thanks, guys. You're the best. Love you all. See you soon. Thank you for joining me. And